Hello, everyone. How many of you had chicken today, or yesterday, or this week, or last week? Probably you, and you too. Okay, today I'm going to start by telling you a story about why the chicken is the preferred food all over the world. So many years ago, in the land of the animals were disappearing from the forest. At this time, the chicken still lived in the forest. And so, the king of the jungle, the lion, wondered why the animals were disappearing. He called for a meeting, and his council members told him that the humans were hunting the animals for food. Ooh. So what do we do? How do we keep the rest of the animals safe? Guess what? They said, we're going to call for a meeting and ask all the animals to gather so that we can decide. And he sent off the monkey. The monkey was to go to all the animals' houses and ask them to come for the meeting. When the monkey got to the chicken's house, the chicken said, I'm very busy. I can't make it for the meeting. You go ahead. Whatever you decide is fine by me. Okay. The monkey ran along. On the day of the meeting, they were all there, and the lion said to them, what can we do to stop this from happening? Nobody thought. They were all murmuring, nobody talked. They were wondering what to do. And then the rabbit raised his hands and said, I know what we can do. We can give one of the animals to humans to eat as food so that the rest of us are safe. That's a lovely idea. Which animal is that going to be? Silence everywhere. Until the frog said, the chicken. Any objections? The lion asked. Silence. Any objections? Silence. Okay. From today, we're going to give the chicken to humans for food so that the rest of the animals remain safe. And when the chicken heard this, she was so furious. She stormed and marched to the lion's palace and said, why would you do this to me? And the lion said, we invited you for the meeting, but you said you weren't going to come. And whatever we decided was going to be binding on you. And that's why till today, all over the world, we all eat chicken. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about the sea turtle. Do you know about the sea turtle? Lives in water? Yep. Great. Now, I'm going to tell you a story of how the sea turtle started living in water. Before the world even totally formed, the sea turtle used to live on land. It was known as a land animal. But you see, the sea turtle was known to be a very wise animal. Very smart, very intelligent. One day, he sat in his house and he thought, I have a lot of wisdom in my head. What do I do to preserve this wisdom? I don't want anybody in the world to be as smart as I am. I don't want anybody in the world to be as intelligent as I am. What am I going to do? And then he thought, I'm going to put all of this wisdom in a bag and hide it so that nobody can take it away from me. And so he put all the wisdom in a pot. He closed it and he tried to hide it. But he thought again, someone can grab it if I put it on the shelf. What do I do? Oh, there is a tall tree in the garden. Nobody can reach there. If I can climb up with the pot and put the pot of wisdom there, I'm good. I'll be the wisest animal that ever lived. Oh well. So the Turtle walked to the tree, tried to climb, but he fell. He tried again, and he fell because he couldn't carry the pots while climbing. And so he kept thinking about what to do looking at the tree. A farmer that was walking past saw him and asked him, "What's the problem? Why are you looking at the tree?" And he said, "I need to get this pot up the tree so that nobody can reach it and I remain the wisest animal." And the farmer said, "Maybe if you tie the pot to your back and climb with your hands, you will make it up to the tree." And the turtle said, "That's a wise suggestion." The farmer walked away. And then the turtle said, "Really and truly, I am not the wisest person. Otherwise, I should have thought about this, right?" And so he went away. But then he broke the pots. And that's why lots of people are intelligent now. Lots of people are smart all over the world, because when he broke it, the wisdom splattered all over the place, all over the world. But that didn't teach the turtle a lesson. He still tried to outsmart his fellow animals. And so one time, when the land animals had been invited to a party by the air animals, the birds had invited the land animals for a party. The turtle said to the other animals, "We should get some party names. Like, I don't want to go to the air answering turtle. I want to have a party name." That's okay. That's a good idea. You know, it's almost as if we're wearing masks to go for a party. Okay, we will do that. And the turtle said, "I'll go first. My name is going to be all of you. So at the party, you will call me all of you. Whenever anybody says all of you, I'm going to come because that's my name." And the other animals took their names. When they got to the bird's palace, the party started. The servants brought the food. The food is for all of you. Guess who had the food? The turtle. Great. The next tray of food came. "This is for all of you." Again, who? The third one came. "This is for all of you." Again? He ate all of them. Absolutely all of them. He was so filled up that his stomach protruded and he couldn't move. He slept off. While he was sleeping, the other animals were so upset because they hadn't had anything and they left the party. When the turtle woke up, he didn't see the other animals and he wondered where they had gone. So he called out, and the lizard said, "We are gone, we're down already." And the turtle said, "Oh my, you didn't wake me." The lizard didn't say a word to him. And he said, "Okay, I can't come down because I'm so full and I can't lift myself. Do you want to help me get down?" The lizard thought about it and said, "I'll come back to you." He went to the other animals and said, "The turtle needs help with getting down. Are we going to help him?" The other animals now said, "Let's think about it." And so they conferred, and they had a plan. They came up with a plan on how to get back at the turtle. So they went back and told the turtle, "Come on, you can jump. We will all catch you to ensure that you don't fall." And so the turtle jumped. When he jumped, all the animals backed away. And the turtle crash landed. His shells were broken. And he was crying and crying. "I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that." "Oh well, too late. Your shells are broken." The lizard thought about it. I'll help him since he's sorry. So the lizard walked up to the turtle and helped him glue his shell back. And that's why the turtle has broken shells, because the turtle is not like a qualified doctor to do a fantastic job. So he just, sort of just glued it back, right? You would think that, sure, you would think that the turtle would learn from all of that. Nope, he wouldn't. Again, the animals needed food. They were running out of food and they needed food. And so they thought that they should go to the neighboring village next to them and get some food. The lion asked, who would go for the animals? Who would represent us? Right? Again, guess who put his hand up? The turtle. He said, I'll go. I'll go get the food for everyone. Not quite. You've not been a good boy. You've not been a good girl. Let's see. Snail, do you want to join the turtle and go get the food? The snail said, do I get anything in return for that? Oh, we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. Okay. And so the snail joined the turtle and they walked to the next village to get some food. When they got to the gate of the next village, the turtle said to the snail, do you want to stand out here while I go in and speak to them? And the snail thought about it for a while. Why do you want me to stand out here? The turtle said, if both of us go in, you're going to think that we are hungry people. Like, we're hungry people. And the snail said, yeah, we're hungry people. We need food. The turtle said, I know, but let's not make it very obvious. Okay, no problem. You go ahead. I'll wait here. And so the turtle went in. He saw the king of the village. And he told him that he was coming from the animal land. And they needed food because they had run out of food. So the king said, okay, I'll give you something. He called on his servants and they came. He said, go get me 2 drums from the store. And they brought 2 drums to him. One was very beautiful, a very beautiful drum. The other, not so beautiful, it was just there. And so he gave both drums to the turtle and said to the turtle, you know what? When you get back to your village, gather all the animals around these drums and have them hit the drum. When you hit the drum, you get some food. Enjoy, and I hope that your economy gets better so that you can have food for everyone. The turtle was very happy. He said, thank you. They gave him the drums and gave him some gifts. And so he left. When he got to the gate, he saw the snail. The snail wondered, why drums? We came here for food, not drums. He said, well, if we hit the drums, we get some food. How? The turtle said, I don't know, but we'll have to find out. Okay, let's go. But you should know that the beautiful drum is actually for me. They thought to thank me for coming. Okay, the snail said. And then the turtle said, the other drum that's not so pretty is actually for everyone. And that's the one we keep in the village square and get everyone to bits and get their food out. The turtle said, that's what the turtle said. And the snail said, okay, whatever, let's just go home. And they left. When they got back to their village, the turtle said, I would like to take my drum to my house. Why don't you go home, freshen up, and we'll meet at the square in the evening, right? That's okay. Bye. See you later. Bye. See you later. And they parted ways. And the turtle took the beautiful drum to his house. He hid it, locked the door so that no one would know the drum was there. And then he took the very ugly looking drum to the village square and said to everyone, "This is what they gave us." At the time the snail had come, the lion then called all the animals to come together. And he said, "Well, let's try, let's see what happens. But because I'm the king, I'm going to hit the drum first so that whatever happens, it comes to me first. If it's not a good thing, if it's a good thing, oh well, that's good. Everybody else gets to enjoy it." And everybody said, okay. So they stood on a straight line with the lion leading the way. Lion hit the drum, and this lovely apple pie came out. He hit the drum again. A nice bowl of chicken came out. Oh my God. He hit the drum again. More food. He said, "This is good. Okay, everyone, take in a line, according to your families, just stay in your clusters." And then he coordinated. Each family went by, hitting the drum, taking enough food until the last family walked by. And so the lion said, "I'm going to keep the drum locked in here. Whenever you need food, just come all the way and hit the drum and take whatever you want, you get." And they were all fine with that. But guess what? The turtle refused to go through the line and hit the drum because he felt, if this ugly looking drum can give this lovely dishes, how much more the drum I have in my house? And so I'm just going to run home, lock my door, and get all the food that I can get. Okay. So the turtle ran off, ran home, locked the door, closed the blinds, shut everywhere, turned off the lights because he didn't even want anyone peeping through the window, called his family and said, "Okay, let's hit the drums very hard so that we'll get lots of food." And so they started hitting. Now hit the floor, hit the floor. Yeah, they started hitting. As they were hitting, guess what jumped out? Giant ants came out. And they were confused. No, we got food in the square. Where are we getting ants here? The turtle said, "Okay, maybe because we're not hitting it hard enough. Let's go harder. Maybe we'll get some food this time. Harder, harder." Didn't work. More ants came up. And then they had their house fully infested with ants. Guess what happened? The ants started hitting the turtle and his family. There was so much in the house that the turtle had to run off. When they ran off, the ants chased after them. The turtle and his family ran. They kept running and running and running and running until they walked into the water. And that's why the turtle lives in water, because the ants couldn't get into the water with them. So the ants stopped, and the turtle ran into the water and has lived in the water ever since. Thank you.
There was, and there was not. There was a boy who went every day up to the circle where the stories were told each night. And in that circle, the boy would make sure that the fire was laid, the fire had been set, that all the area was cleared. And as the old people came up towards the circle and the children came dancing up, the young boy would make his way to the back of the circle. And there he would listen, his eyes on the teller, leaning forward, his ears open wide. And every day, his head swam with pictures of amazing things from amazing lands. One night, an elder pointed directly at the boy, and he said, "Now, it is your turn." "My turn," said the boy. I don't tell stories." "Not yet," said the elder, "but you will." I don't know how to start." "Oh," said the elder, "there are many ways to start. Choose one. There was, and there was not. Because for some, there is truth in every story. For others, the stories tell a truth. And for some, stories are nothing but entertainment. There was, and there was not." And the boy looked at his feet and he said, there was, and there was not. I can't, I might get the words wrong." The elder said, "That doesn't matter. The words, well, what is a story but a letter from yesterday, passed on to tomorrow, and each teller adding their own postscript?" The boy nodded. But I don't even read well yet." The elder shook his head. "Stories in books are locked away. Stories told change. They dance with the people and the time." And the boy said, there was, and there was not." And he went on to tell his own story. And I'm sure that if you've been to that circle, you have heard him tell. That story was told to me when I was a child, when I was a teenager, and I heard it just recently from one of my elders. This is a story that my grandmother told often, especially when she saw something she didn't like much. You see, my grandmother was an environmentalist long before that word was even known. Mother Nature went walking through the woods, and as she walked, she looked at the beauty around her, and she marveled at the cycle of life. She walked through the path down towards the water, and coming up from the water towards their cooking fire were two people. The man and the woman carried a large bag, and they said, "Oh, Mother Nature, thank you. Thank you for the wonder around us. Thank you for the frogs. They fill our bellies. They nourish our children. We are going to have frog for supper. But Mother Nature, you might have made a mistake. Perhaps you could change it. Those mosquitoes, they pick us, they drink our blood, they make our children scratch and cry. Perhaps you could get rid of those mosquitoes?" Mother Nature, she pondered, she smiled, and she walked on. And when she got down to the water, there were the frogs. They were leaping from one lily pad to a rock and back. They saw Mother Nature and they said, "Mother Nature, the world is beautiful, the water is clean and clear, and the mosquitoes are delicious. They fill our bellies and they nourish our children. Thank you for the mosquitoes. But Mother Nature, you might have made a mistake. You have those people, those humans, and they grab us, they eat us. Our children, our elders. Mother Nature, could you get rid of the people?" Mother Nature pondered, and she smiled, and then she made her way in and around. She came to the mosquitoes, and there swarming around her. They buzzed their happiness with nature, with the flowers, with the sun, with the clouds. Mother Nature, oh, those people are delicious. Their blood fills our bellies. It nourishes our children. Thank you for the people. But Mother Nature, you might have made a mistake with those frogs. They devour us. They eat our young and our old. Could you get rid of those frogs? And Mother Nature pondered. And she smiled. And she walked on, up and up and up to the highest piece of land. And there she looked down upon the world. She looked down upon the cycle of nature, the cycle of life. And she smiled. And so whenever I or any of the other grandchildren complained about anything, my grandmother would tell that story.
Ottawa StoryTellers is an organization that promotes the art of storytelling in our community. The organization helps nurture and inspire both beginners and experienced storytellers, and also provides tellers and listeners of all ages with opportunities to come together to share and enjoy their stories. You can join Ottawa StoryTellers for workshops, learn how to improve your storytelling, or attend their live and virtual storytelling festivals. To find out more, go to their website at ottawastorytellers.ca and ignite your imagination.